Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. So we got Monday Night Raw starting in a few minutes, right? Um, because it's overseas. So yeah, it's in a weird time for us over here on this side of the world, which I guess is fine. It is Labor Day. Not everybody gets the day off. If you have the day off, God bless you. If you don't, God bless you. All right. So just want to go ahead and do a little quick live and is AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio, but all the fallout that's going to happen out of Clash of Champions. And I'll tell you everybody something, man. I was watching some of the post shows for did I say Clash of Champions? Good gosh. Clash in Paris. I was watching some of the post shows. You know what bothers me? What really bothers me is you, WWE fans. Gosh, man, they just bother me. They just complain about everything. Like after every show, the show sucked. What a mediocre show. Nothing special. Nothing like, yeah, every show, man, cannot be a level of WrestleMania. That's what WrestleMania is. That's why some of these PLEs stick out more than others. You can't overdo everything because once you overdo everything, then that becomes the norm, and there's no such thing as overdoing or doing a great show anymore. I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I really did. Honestly, the match that I thought was probably I don't want to say the worst. I thought all the matches were good. The storylines are something different, right? But the match itself, the main event actually wasn't that great. The fallout was probably better than the match itself. But let's start with it. So you got well, in no particular order. I guess I'll start with the softball, right? The tag team championship. Um, you know what, man? I mean, I don't even really care. As somebody that grew up loving and idolizing tag team wrestling, I'll be real, man. The tag team division, it's just not good. I'm not even really sure who's an actual tag team and who's not. I mean, there's a few tag teams out there where it's like, okay, yeah, that's an actual tag team. But, outside of those, I'm not even really sure, man. The White Six, they're just, I mean, there's nothing there, man. They were such a huge pump up case where it's like, oh, wow, this would be cool. This would be great. And ever since they came back, there's nothing. It's just dead. Pardon the pun. But they're just not exciting. The Street Profits, the ring gear, that was pretty cool. I don't know if there's a little bit of friction between them two now. I'm not even really sure, but yeah, it was a good match. In-ring performance, the tag team match was good. In-ring performance, that is. The storyline leading up to it, I didn't care. I didn't care. And that's what really makes people care. There's two things that I love in this world: wrestling and boxing. You put a good boxing match, right? I mean, I'm talking about guys that go at it. They're bleeding. There's a couple of knockdowns and everything. But if you don't know who those guys are, nobody really cares. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. They need to have their character built. And that storyline was like, there was no storyline. Moving on to the Intercontinental Championship match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship match with Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Again, good match. There was a major botch. I'm not sure if everybody caught it. Nikki gets on the middle turnbuckle, facing the crowd, and then she leaps into the air going backwards to do her kick. And Becky Lynch was not there to pick up that spot. And for like a split moment, if you guys paid attention, for a very, very quick split moment, Becky was going to try to sell it like if she got kicked, but then realized like, no, her foot was like a good, heck, I don't know, 7-8 feet away from me, her foot. So I can't sell it. So then they just kind of played it off as like Becky just moved out of the way and then Nikki missed, which was good. Yeah. You know, if there's a botch that badly, yes. Just go on with it that way. Because I mean, it's not, you're not gonna sell that. You're not gonna fool anybody with that. So look, good match. Is it done? Is it over? Do we need to see this match again? I mean, I don't know. Now it looks like Becky is going to join the Vision. And looks like Becky's going to be feuding with somebody else. We'll get to that in a second. All right, moving on to the old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Sheamus versus Rusev. Rusev Day. And how he hates that. Good match. I mean, just these two guys, I'll tell you guys this, man. These two guys can go ahead and beat the crap out of each other all they want. They put on some good matches, and it's decent, right? But again, I mean, Rusev, ever since he came back, he hasn't really gotten over like that, man. And I don't think he ever really is going to, just simply because I'm not really sure what there is to him. You know, he's this big brute force. Like, okay, I mean, he's not a giant. He's not Kane. He's not the Big Show. He's not one of these, you know, he's not Diesel, Big Daddy Cool. He's not a giant either. I'm not really sure what's next for Sheamus. I'm not really sure what's next for Rusev. If anything, I could probably see them becoming a tag team and maybe adding more to the tag team division. Decent match. Sheamus actually tapped out, trying to put Rusev over more because Sheamus, heck, he doesn't tap out. But in this one, he actually tapped out. I was thinking he was going to pass out, which would have, you know, it would have been a little bit better for Sheamus. You go back to the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin thing with Bret Hart. It's like, okay, Bret Hart won, but Stone Cold never tapped out. In this case, Sheamus actually tapped out. All right, so now let's get to the three big major ones, right? And the first one was actually the first match, which is OTC, baby, gets his shoes back. Yes, he did get his shoes back, but at what cost? At what cost? It was a good match. The match was better than I thought it was going to be. It was a good match. I enjoyed the match. The Oracle tries to make amends with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns ends up choking on Mount in a guillotine, gets his shoes back, goes to the announce desk, gets on top, signs them, and wants to start throwing them out into the crowd. I think he only got a chance to throw one out into the crowd when Braun Breaker speared him through the desk. Desk, table. And then you thought it was over, right? But the attack goes on and on. It drags it drags the show on for a lot longer because they beat them down. And it's like, all right, okay, so now they're leaving. Well, now Roman Reigns is leaving too. And then here comes Braun Breaker running down the ramp, another spear. Get him into the ring, beat him down a little bit more. All right, now they got to put him on a stretcher. Now, while he's on a stretcher, here comes Bronson Reed, tsunami from the top. And it's just, they just keep going and going to the point where Jey Uso has to come out. And then he gets speared. And now Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are ejected from the building for the rest of the night. All this means is that Roman Reigns is going to be gone for a while, especially since they took him out in a stretcher. He's going to be gone for a while, which is fine. I do eventually want to see Braun Breaker versus Bronson Reed. I think that's a big match to have. But the match itself, I thought it was good. The fiasco afterwards, it was good. It just lasted a little too long. That's all. John Cena in the best match that John Cena has had this year. And in my opinion, I think this is it. I don't think John Cena's going to have a better match than what he had at Clash in Paris. Against, of course, Logan Paul. Man, people hate Logan Paul. Man, people hate Logan Paul. They don't consider him a wrestler. They don't consider him one of the boys. Man, they hate him. This dude is so dang entertaining. This guy brings so much value to the WWE. I know a lot of the purists hate this dude. They hate the fact that he's there. But this guy can actually get down in the ring. He is a damn good wrestler. And by the way, for as long as he's been doing it, which isn't that long at all, good gosh, man, this guy has picked it up pretty damn fast. I've actually become a fan of his. He's probably one of the best heels there is. He gets a reaction every single time. Every time you hear his music, hey, yo! And then he comes out, I'm humble. This dude is over. Whether you like it or not, he is over as a heel. He gets one of the biggest reactions of a heel. And you can't chant at this guy. You can't wrestle because the guy can wrestle. You can have a lot of highlight spots with this guy, man. Amazing highlight reels with Logan Paul. I'm not trying to convince anybody to like him. Hate him, that's fine. I'm just pointing out what's real. This was John Cena's best match this year in his farewell year. And I don't think this match is going to be topped, by the way. And it happened to be with Logan Paul. And by the way, kudos to John Cena because he did put on a pretty good match. However, if we're going to be real, it was Logan Paul that made this match what it was. Logan Paul's the one that made this match great. And shout outs to the fans out there as well. Good God, I'm not sure what they were chanting, but good gosh, man, they were on fire for this match. Badass. Badass. So many close good gosh, man. It was just all the way around. It was just a great roller coaster ride. Now I will say, look, at one point, did I start getting a little fatigued and start saying like, okay, come on, it's time to end this match. At some point, yeah, I kind of did, but I'll still engage the entire time. All the close pinfalls, man, where it was like, okay, 1, 2, oh no, he kicked out again. And at some point, somebody started bleeding. I don't think John Cena tops this match this year for 2025. I think that's his best hoorah right there. I don't see how they top that. He may have a bigger match. Yes, a bigger match. Storyline wise, opponent wise, a bigger match. Yes. Better match? No. So there may be a match that you're more interested in and care about more. But is he going to have a better in-ring performance match than what he had at Clash in Paris? No. And that credit goes to Logan Paul. Yeah, that credit goes to John Cena as well. Absolutely. But I'll tell you, man, Logan Paul, hate the dude all you want, but he's up there, man. He's definitely up there. All right, we got about 4 minutes before Monday Night Raw starts, so let's go ahead and let's get to the main event, which was, in my opinion, just somewhat of a mediocre main event, especially when it comes to fatal four-way matches. When it comes to fatal four-way matches, there's no rules. Anything goes. No disqualification, no countouts. And with all that, it was just kind of a mediocre match. And the spot where LA Knight hit CM Punk to go through the table, like, that was kind of a weak move right there, man. CM Punk later on breaks the table after the match is over, but that was I was like, wait, what the hell is that? CM Punk and Seth Rollins were on the apron to see who's going to smash who through the table. None of them did. And then LA Knight hit CM Punk, and he just kind of like his legs, his knees kind of hit the table, just kind of cracking it, not breaking it, but cracking it. And I was just like, was he supposed to miss the table completely? Because that's not how you put somebody through a table. But nonetheless, man, Seth Rollins retains the title because Becky Lynch comes and low blows CM Punk, which can only mean one thing, in my opinion. AJ Lee will be making her return to the WWE. Full time, I don't know, but at least for that match, yes. As a matter of fact, when CM Punk was making his way up the ramp, there was a fan with a sign. I don't remember exactly what the sign said, but it had something to do with CM Punk and AJ Lee. Clearly, it stated it on the sign. CM Punk grabs the sign, looks at it, and just kind of puts his eyebrows up like, not a bad idea, and then gives it back to the fan. Why else would you get Becky Lynch involved to physically, by the way, assault CM Punk? Not cost him the match by just kind of like, throwing something in the ring, a chair in the ring for Seth Rollins to use. No, she actually goes in there and hits CM Punk in the balls. That means to me, AJ Lee is making her way. But what I also want to point out is this, and we're under a minute now before Monday Night Raw starts. I also want to point out is this. LA Knight has not gotten his fair shake against Seth Rollins for the title. Seth Rollins did not pin LA Knight in that fatal four-way. If you guys remember, going all the way back, It was against LA Knight where Seth Rollins faked his knee injury so he could later on go on and cash in the Money in the Bank against CM Punk after CM Punk won it over Gunther. Ever since then, LA Knight has been wanting that match, and he has not gotten a fair shake against Seth Rollins. Here was the Fatal 4-Way, and Seth Rollins didn't pin LA Knight. So LA Knight still has a gripe here. I'm a fan of LA Knight, so but that storyline can still go on. However, it's not as sexy as the storyline of, hey, Becky Lynch got involved, so now AJ Lee got to come and defend her man. But we'll see what happens with all that as Monday Night Raw is kicking off live right now since they're across the pond. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end it here. And we'll see what happens here, man, with all the fallout at Clash in Paris as we make our way to wrestling or WrestlePalooza. Good gosh, what a horrible name. Cholo Trucker, Wrestling Rehab, Sean, all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.